Hi guys, hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. Of course, it was made a lot better yesterday thanks to the Toffees getting the 3 points at St Mary's. A very, very rare away win, very much needed, moved us up the table as well. So yeah, it wasn't the best. I think the scoreline could have been a lot better as well. However, it's 3 points which we needed, and the fact that we were leading the game, should have been leading by a lot more at half time, missed opportunities. They get themselves back into the game, and we were able to push on and get the 3 points, because that's something that we haven't seen us do under Marco Silva. So in terms of psychologically, sorry, I should say, what that does for the team, I think is huge in terms of confidence and belief and everything else. So first off, so pleased about that. Secondly, and this is something that I know I harp on about Tom Davies and how I want to see more of him in the team. Given the horrendous injury that we saw to Andre Gomez last week, and he's had his surgery this week, it's meant to have been successful, and he's of course tweeted and posted a video to the fans and stuff. So it's really, really good to see and hear from him, and wishing him still all the best with his recovery. Looks like he's going to be in a strong state of mind. So fingers crossed he comes back. But yeah, he's obviously going to be missing for a long time. So Tom Davies had already sort of established himself in there in the team. Delph was missing as well through injury. So it was Schneiderlin and Tom Davies and Gylfi Sigurdsson back in there as well, making way for Iwobi on the bench. Richarlison on the left, Theo Walcott on the right. He started tossing up front thanks to his late goal against Spurs last week at Goodison Park. Mason Holgate stayed in there, a centre-half, and Sidibe on the right as well. I was quite happy with the team when I saw it. Of course, we knew, as I said, Gomez was going to be missing, so that it was likely going to be Schneiderlin there in the middle. Gylfi Sigurdsson, yeah, I'd spoken a lot about the fact that I liked Iwobi in that number 10 role, and I think he had done very, very well, and it must have done Gylfi some good, sitting a few out, because I think he had a good performance yesterday, a few efforts at goal as well. In generally his overall performance, it was strong from him, so that was really good to see. Iwobi, when he did come on in the second half, he came on for Theo Walcott, and he did impress as well. He was involved in the second goal, Richarlison's goal, with 15 minutes to go. He found Sidibe on the right hand side, and it was a fantastic ball from Sidibe to find Richarlison, who slotted it coolly away with his left foot. Fantastic goal. And Sidibe as well, not only did he get the assist, but he was fantastic yesterday. So it was really, really good to see that. I think the whole of the back four, Mason Holgate impressed again there as well. So that's really, really good to see and important to see. So made up with that, of course, we conceded a goal, and defensively, yeah, we probably should do better. I think Morgan Schneiderlin and could do better, and it gets a nasty little deflection off Yerry Mina, and Danny Ings puts it away. Always scores against us, doesn't he? Ex-Liverpool, of course he does. But thankfully, it didn't matter in the end, in the scheme of things, as we went on to win the game. But I'm all over the place here with the order of what I'm saying things, I think, because I'm still just so made up, and there is actually a good few positives to talk about, which is really, really nice for a change. So yeah, Tom Davies opened the scoring for us, and he'd been lively from the start. One of the things I harp on about with Tom Davies and why I want him in the side, of course, the added thing, I love that he's an Evertonian and he gets the club and he gets the fans and everything else. I see that as a good thing, but it's not the reason that I want him in the side. I think the main thing for me is that he's such an attacking-minded player, and he's always moving the ball forward. Even if he's turning, spinning round, and it's a forward pass all the time. Sometimes he gets it wrong. He's still a very young player, and the fact that he's been in and out of the side like a yo-yo, and was out of it for a long time until recently. He's had a bit more consistency now. He's played a few games on the bounce, and he's done well. But rounded that off with, of course, a goal. As I said, he looked lively from the start. We end up getting a corner. That's where we get the first goal from. It's Mason Holgate who gets the flick-on header to Tom Davies, who's at the far post, and he heads it home. And you can just see how delighted not only he is, but the rest of the team as well. I think everyone at the club is clearly really fond of Tom as well, and I think everyone's rooting for him. So yeah, I think he's done really, really well, and I'm absolutely made up for him. And you couldn't have picked a better person to score, to be honest. I was delighted to see that it was Davis. I think he thoroughly deserved that, and hopefully that will give him the confidence. He hadn't scored, I think it might have been since May last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's something like that. So it's huge to get that off his back. And as I say, given a run in the side now, fingers crossed that that'll mean that he'll be able to bag a few more for us, because we're gonna need goals again. Yesterday a massive plus was the fact that I think we had 24 attempts at goal, which is huge, but only 5 on target. So again, that shows that we've got to be more clinical in front of goal. All these chances that we're creating, we have to be putting more of them away, because again, it was only 2-1 yesterday, and I'm thrilled with the result. I am, but the game should have been dead and buried by half time. Had we gone on to drop points yesterday, it would have been disastrous. So we've got to start being more clinical in front of goal. I think Tosun did well yesterday, given his chance to start, as I said, following that late equaliser against Spurs at Goodison last week. So pleased for Tosun. I think that there was a few players who had good games yesterday, and Walcott again I'll say about his decision making. I think sometimes he is prone to getting it wrong, which is frustrating, but he had a decent game. Pickford made a few good saves when called upon. Ward-Prowse having a free kick for the Saints in the second half. That it was a decent one. We all know what a good player he is. So Pickford, when he was called upon, was able to make the saves in the game. So fantastic to see him, having stuff to do and doing it well. But yeah, would have preferred, obviously, to have kept that clean sheet. Wasn't to be. But it's the 3 points that really matters. Richarlison as well. We saw an interview on Match of the Day after the game with Marco Silva talking about how he'd spoken to Richarlison about maybe going down too easy. He also highlighted the fact he'd never been yellow carded for diving, which I was actually surprised by. But I do think that it's just about him being stronger, and it isn't that he's not being fouled, because he is a lot of the time and it doesn't go his way, but he has to be stronger. We saw that, and a really good performance from Richarlison yesterday, and made up for him that he grabbed the winner. Thoroughly deserved, and as I said before, it was a great move, started by Iwobi really passing it to Sidibe on the right. Classic sort of full-back performance from him. I think he did really well, and has proven why for now he should definitely be starting the games in that position for us. Dean again with a good game, but yeah, fantastic ball from Sidibe on the right, and Richarlison, as I say, left foot, cool finish, cool as you like, and we looked pretty sound from then on in, to be honest. So we needed that 3 points. Marco Silva needed them 3 points. And we've got Norwich next at home in the league, so another chance to get a big 3 points and really start climbing that table again. So things do feel a lot better. There's still room for improvement, as I said. Got to start keeping more clean sheets and putting those chances away. We have to be more clinical in front of goal. Obviously, some of those problems can't be helped, and we have been hindered through shocking decisions, like ridiculous decisions, injuries, everything else. But still, we've got to do what we can better, and that starts with putting the ball in the back of the net more. So yeah, pleased with that one. Let's just hope it continues. I wanted to talk briefly as well about the match yesterday at Wembley Stadium. The Lionesses, incredible that to see Wembley sold out. They did lose the game 2-1 to Germany, like last kick of the game pretty much Germany won, but they could play better, but it was a fantastic occasion. I think they did do themselves proud. Second half, they were a lot better. But as I say, for women's football, that was the biggest ever football attendance for women's football in this country. So congratulations to the Lionesses for the day and everyone who was there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go yesterday, but I was watching at home, and it was great to see Ellen White with a goal as well, a fantastic player who did a country proud, and she picked up her bronze boot award as well at Wembley before the game, so that was fantastic to see. And a week today, we have got the Merseyside derby at Anfield. I'll be travelling with the team, working that day, providing content. I can't wait. I'm absolutely buzzing. So the girls are back next week in the Barclays FAWSL, and that is the Merseyside derby. It is at Anfield. I'm going to put the link for the tickets in the comments here. So any Evertonians that still haven't got your tickets, we've been allocated over 2,000 for the away end, so we want to make it as loud as possible and as blue as possible in Anfield next week. And yeah, it's going to be a tasty one. You don't want to miss it. The first ever women's football match to be held at Anfield. So it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to be a part of it. And fingers crossed it's going to be a big win for Everton there. And yeah, I hope to see you all there. I'll have more videos and stuff out for you in the week. But yeah, made up with a win yesterday. Up the Toffees.